We thank our song leaders for the a good evening it's been. Is there a song that you would like to sing that you didn't get to sing? Yeah, he gave it to you right at the beginning, and I have no idea what it is. What did it say? 29. Yeah, not a problem. I'd leave it, but y'all leave it. But anyway, we're glad that you're here this evening. Glad to see you. Help me out a little bit. Most people want to be what? Happy? Whatever. Love? Whatever. Saved? Whatever. Rich? I thought that would be the first. So very good. Content? Successful? Any more?
Free.
Go ahead. Free? All good. All good. Thank you. We all want to Steve hit it, the first one. What I want to concentrate on. We all want to be happy. Man has searched for happiness, and he searched in a lot of places. We just studied the book of Ecclesiastes, and Ecclesiastes chapter 2, beginning in verse 3, really, and going through verse 11. Solomon talks about his search for happiness. And he talks about the things that he searched for happiness in. He looked at wine, and he looked at women, he looked at money, he looked at prestige, and ultimately he came up to the conclusion when he searched in all of those things, that all of those things were vanity and vexation of the spirit. In other words, they were worthless. They didn't make him happy. Man wants to be happy. Today he seeks for happiness, much like Solomon did. He seeks for happiness in things, objects, people, something else other than himself. And yet a study that was done back, I think it was about 10 years ago or so, at Duke University, that talked to folks, studied folks that seemed to be the happiest. And what they found out is that there were certain characteristics that these folks had. One of them was a lack of worry. They didn't worry about anything, or very little. Yet the Bible talks about, don't worry, Matthew chapter 6. These people also were moved to a higher being and a higher thought. Well, Philippians chapter 4, Paul addresses that. These folks also had a higher morality, a higher sense of moral. And Paul talked about, once again, Philippians chapter 4, the things that are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, and good report. Think on these things. They were also people that looked beyond the day and beyond the present, something that was better. Now, some of them didn't know what that was, but they were looking for something that was better. And ultimately, we find that, of course, right, as Paul said, that he reached forth to those things that are before. Philippians chapter 3, verse 14. You see, happiness can be found in the Bible. But happiness, what the world sees as happiness, and happiness really as defined in the Bible is different. While the world says happiness is found in things and people, God says that happiness is really a quality of spirits. In other words, happiness is not the fellow that just walks around all the time and smiles. Now, that's part of it. It comes out of that. But that's really not happiness. Lord gave us certain characteristics that tells us that if we have those characteristics, we're happy. Next Sunday night, we're going to begin a series of lessons from the Beatitudes, Matthew chapter 5. Remember Jesus, the Sermon on the Mount. Blessed are, blessed are, blessed are, blessed are. And what we're going to find out is that these qualities, these characteristics that Jesus gives us are qualities or characteristics that make our relationship right with God, and not only make it right, but make it grow. And in that, Jesus uses the word blessed. The word that's used blessed there is the word makarios in the Greek. It just simply means happy. You see, the psalmist is right in Psalm 144 and verse 15. Happy are the people whose God is glory. And we're going to find that out. We'll find out that God will tell us, or rather Jesus will tell us, in Sermon on the Mount, that happiness is found in the humble, being gentle, being individuals that are helpful, being individuals that are peaceable, being individuals that are studious and are helpful. We're going to find out these folks are happy as we begin next Sunday night talking about blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And we'll talk about what all of that means, and we'll look at the promise that is given to those folks that are that way as we look each Sunday night at a different one of those beatitudes. Happiness, though, is found in the Lord. So this evening, if you're not a New Testament child of God, are you an individual that needs to rededicate their life? Our prayer is that you'll come. While together we stand and sing.